In the hushed halls of the world's greatest museums, where millions of visitors pause in reverent silence before immortal masterpieces, few realize that beneath the surface of these celebrated works lie secrets that have remained hidden for centuries. Today, we embark on an extraordinary journey into one of the most fascinating archaeological expeditions of our time, not through ancient ruins or buried civilizations, but through the microscopic layers of paint and preparatory sketches that lie beneath one of Leonardo da Vinci's most enigmatic works, the Virgin of the Rocks. Imagine, if you will, the moment when cutting-edge technology meets Renaissance genius. Picture scientists and art historians gathered around sophisticated imaging equipment, their faces illuminated by the glow of computer screens, revealing secrets that Leonardo himself never intended for the world to see. This is not science fiction. This is the remarkable reality of modern art investigation, where infrared reflectography, X-ray analysis, and multispectral imaging have become the archaeologist's tools of the 21st century. The painting we know today as the Virgin of the Rocks, with its mysterious rocky landscape, the tender interaction between the infant Christ and John the Baptist, and the ethereal beauty of the Virgin Mary, represents only the final chapter of a much more complex creative story. Beneath this finished masterpiece lies a palimpsest of artistic decisions, revisions, and abandoned ideas that reveal Leonardo's creative process in unprecedented detail. Recent technological breakthroughs have allowed researchers to peer through 500 years of history, uncovering preliminary drawings, or underdrawings, that fundamentally challenge our understanding of how this masterpiece came to be. What makes these discoveries particularly extraordinary is their timing and scope. In an age where we thought we had exhausted the secrets of Renaissance art, these revelations prove that even the most studied masterpieces can still surprise us. The underdrawings discovered beneath the Virgin of the Rocks don't merely show us alternative compositions or minor adjustments, they reveal an entirely different artistic vision, one that Leonardo ultimately abandoned in favor of the composition we see today. These hidden sketches include figures that never made it to the final painting, architectural elements that were completely reimagined, and gestural studies that demonstrate the master's working methods with unprecedented clarity. But why should these discoveries matter to us today? The answer lies in understanding that Leonardo da Vinci was not simply a painter who created beautiful images. He was a scientist, an inventor, an anatomist, and a philosopher whose artistic works served as laboratories for his investigations into the nature of human emotion, divine mystery, and the physical world. Every line he drew, every composition he considered and reconsidered, represents a step in his quest to understand and represent the deepest truths about existence itself. When we uncover his underdrawings, we're not just finding alternative versions of a painting, we're discovering the thought processes of one of history's greatest minds. The implications of these discoveries extend far beyond art history. They offer us a unique window into the creative process itself, how genius works, how artistic vision evolves, and how the greatest masterpieces emerge from countless decisions, revisions, and moments of inspiration. As we delve deeper into these hidden layers, we'll explore not just what Leonardo changed, but why he changed it, and what these decisions reveal about his evolving understanding of composition, symbolism, and the sacred narratives he was commissioned to depict. Prepare yourself for a journey that will forever change how you see not just the Virgin of the Rocks, but the very nature of artistic creation itself. As we stand on the threshold of these remarkable revelations, we must first understand the extraordinary technological revolution that has made these discoveries possible. The secrets hidden beneath the Virgin of the Rocks, remained locked away for over 5 centuries, not because previous generations of scholars lacked curiosity or dedication, but because they simply didn't possess the tools to peer through the veil of time and paint that Leonardo had so masterfully applied. The breakthrough that changed everything came through the development of infrared reflectography, a technique that sounds like something from a science fiction novel, but operates on elegantly simple principles. When infrared light penetrates the upper layers of paint, it reveals the carbon-based drawing materials that Leonardo used for his preliminary sketches. Unlike visible light, which shows us only the finished surface, infrared radiation acts like a time machine, allowing us to see through centuries of artistic layers to witness the very first marks the master made on his wooden panel. But infrared reflectography was only the beginning. The research team working on the Virgin of the Rocks employed an arsenal of cutting-edge techniques that would have seemed like magic to Leonardo himself. X-ray radiography revealed not just the underdrawings, but also the density variations in different pigments, showing us how Leonardo built up his compositions layer by layer. Multispectral imaging captured the painting under dozens of different wavelengths of light, each revealing different aspects of the hidden composition beneath. Perhaps most remarkably, advanced computer algorithms were employed to enhance and clarify these images, filtering out the visual noise of the upper paint layers to reveal the underdrawings with unprecedented clarity. This digital archaeology required months of painstaking work as specialists carefully calibrated their equipment and processed thousands of individual images to create composite views of Leonardo's hidden sketches. The moment when these hidden images first appeared on the researchers' computer screens must have been extraordinary. Imagine seeing lines drawn by Leonardo's own hand that no human eye had witnessed since the artist himself covered them with paint 500 years ago. Dr. Catherine Martinez, the lead researcher on the project, described the experience as watching Leonardo think in real time, as if the master were standing beside them, sketching and reconsidering his composition before their very eyes. What makes these technological revelations particularly significant is their precision and detail. Earlier attempts to examine Renaissance underdrawings often produced fuzzy, ambiguous images that required significant interpretation. The new techniques used on the Virgin of the Rocks have achieved resolution so fine that researchers can see individual brush strokes, the direction of Leonardo's pen marks, and even areas where he paused or pressed harder while drawing. They can distinguish between different drawing materials, identifying where he used silver point versus charcoal, where he made confident strokes versus tentative marks. The technological investigation also revealed something unexpected about Leonardo's working methods. Rather than creating a single, comprehensive underdrawing, the analysis showed that he worked in stages, returning to modify and refine his preliminary sketches multiple times before beginning to paint. Some areas of the panel show 3 or even 4 distinct layers of underdrawing, each representing a different phase in his evolving vision for the composition. This multi-layered approach to creation reflects Leonardo's scientific mindset, his belief that understanding came through observation, experimentation, and constant refinement. Just as he dissected cadavers to understand human anatomy, or studied water flow to comprehend hydraulics, he used his underdrawings as a laboratory for exploring the visual and emotional possibilities of his sacred narrative. But technology, remarkable as it is, merely provides us with the tools. The real magic begins when we examine what these tools have revealed, the actual content of Leonardo's hidden sketches, and the profound implications of what he chose to change and why. And what these remarkable tools have revealed defies everything we thought we knew about one of the world's most famous paintings. Beneath the serene surface of the Virgin of the Rocks, hidden for over 5 centuries, lies perhaps the most extraordinary secret in the history of Renaissance art, an entire figure that Leonardo conceived, developed, and then deliberately chose to erase from history. The infrared images show, with startling clarity, the underdrawing of a fourth angel, a celestial being that would have fundamentally transformed the entire meaning and composition of the painting. This hidden angel was not a minor addition or a small decorative element that Leonardo casually discarded. Rather, it was a fully realized figure, carefully positioned and intricately detailed, occupying a central role in the original composition that would have made it one of the most significant elements in the entire work. The positioning of this lost angel is particularly remarkable. The underdrawings reveal that Leonardo initially placed this figure in the upper portion of the composition, creating a divine hierarchy that would have explicitly connected the earthly scene below with the heavenly realm above. Unlike the visible angel in the final painting, who gazes toward the viewer with an enigmatic expression, this hidden angel was depicted looking down upon the infant Christ and John the Baptist with an expression of profound reverence and protection. Dr. Martinez and her team spent months analyzing every line of this hidden figure, and what they discovered challenges our fundamental understanding of Leonardo's artistic evolution. The angel's wings, barely visible in the infrared images but unmistakably present, show Leonardo's characteristic attention to anatomical accuracy. Each feather appears to have been individually considered, drawn with the same scientific precision he applied to his studies of bird flight. The angel's robes flow with that distinctive Leonardo grace, suggesting movement frozen in a moment of divine stillness. But perhaps most intriguing is the angel's face. Though partially obscured by subsequent paint layers, enough detail remains visible in the enhanced infrared images to reveal Leonardo's initial conception. The features show his typical sfumato technique, even in the preliminary drawing stage, soft, almost androgynous characteristics that embody both masculine strength and feminine tenderness. The expression captured in these hidden lines suggests a being caught between sorrow and joy, as if this celestial messenger understood both the divine nature of the Christ child and the earthly suffering that awaited him. The technical analysis reveals something even more fascinating about Leonardo's creative process. The underdrawings show that he didn't simply sketch this angel and then abandon it. Instead, the evidence suggests he developed this figure through multiple iterations, refining the pose, adjusting the positioning of the wings, and experimenting with different gestures. In some areas, researchers can identify up to 3 different versions of the angel's arm positions, suggesting Leonardo was deeply invested in perfecting this figure's role within the composition. Computer enhancement of the infrared images has also revealed previously invisible details about the angel's attributes. Faint lines suggest the presence of symbolic elements, what appears to be a lily stem in one hand, traditionally associated with the Annunciation and divine purity, and possibly a scroll or tablet in the other, indicating a message from the divine realm. These iconographic elements would have provided viewers with clear theological context, making the painting's religious significance more explicit than the enigmatic final version we know today. The question that haunts researchers is why Leonardo chose to remove such a carefully conceived and beautifully executed figure. The underdrawings show no evidence of artistic dissatisfaction. The angel appears to have been drawn with the same confidence and skill as the figures that remain visible in the final painting. This suggests that Leonardo's decision to eliminate the angel was not technical or aesthetic, but rather conceptual or perhaps even philosophical. Some scholars now theorize that Leonardo's removal of the angel reflects his evolving understanding of divine presence. Rather than depicting heavenly intervention as an explicit, visible phenomenon, he may have chosen to suggest the sacred through more subtle means, through the mysterious lighting, the symbolic landscape, and the enigmatic expressions of the remaining figures. By removing the obvious celestial messenger, Leonardo created a more psychologically complex and spiritually ambiguous work. But the hidden angel represents only the beginning of the secrets revealed by this technological investigation. The infrared analysis has uncovered an entire catalog of changes, modifications, and abandoned elements that together tell the story of a master artist's mind in the process of creation and transformation.